Ancient Sanskrit texts reveal that beings from other planets visited Earth 6,000 years ago. The history of why we've been told by mainstream history books, scholars keep us away from the true history of mankind. Ancient cultures and their respective manuscripts contain information that might allow us to rewrite the human history. According to scholars of India, an ancient Hindu text reveals technology such as mind-controlled vehicles, levitation, anti-gravity, and interstellar spaceship that visited Earth in 4000 BC. Now let's remember the ancient Greek mythologies talk about the Atlanteans and also the sky gods that were originally extraterrestrials that were the gods of Olympus, and that they had interstellar travel. Now, apart from Sumerian and Egyptian and Atlantean, the ancient Indian civilization also had advanced technology. Their Sanskrit manuscripts say that their flying ships, their craft, visited the continent over 6,000 years ago. Dr. V. Vaghavan, 1908 to 1979, a Sanskrit scholar from Madras University, was convinced that centuries-old documents in Sanskrit they prove that aliens from outer space visited our Earth. 50 years of research, and these ancient works convinced me, he says, that there are living beings on other planets and that they visited Earth as far back as 4000 BC, he said. Raghavan noted, there's just a massive, fascinating information about flying machines, which they called vimanas, even fantastic science fiction weapons that can be found in translations of the Vedas, Indian epics, and other ancient Sanskrit texts. In the Mahabharata writings, there's a notion of divine lightning and ray weapons, we call that the lightning rod of Zeus, even a kind of hypnotic weapon. And in the Ramayana writings, there is a description of vimanas, or flying machines, that navigated at great heights with the aid of quicksilver and a great propulsive wind. These were space vehicles similar to the so-called flying saucers reported throughout the world today. The ancient Vedic texts, written in Sanskrit, describe that the world is in the fourth age of mankind. The texts are filled with references to gods that fought battles in the sky using vimanas, equipped with weapons as deadly as any we can deploy in more enlightened times. Vaimanika Shastra, or the science of aeronautics, an ancient Hindu manuscript, mentioned the incredible details of advanced machinery controlled by the mind and complete guide to space, spaceships, and interstellar travel. The text was written by Maharshi Bharavaha in the 4th century BC, and then rewritten in 1875 using the old texts as they were rediscovered in the temple in India. The Vaimanika Shastra consists of 8 chapters with diagrams describing 3 types of aircraft, including apparatuses that could neither be burned nor broken. It also mentions 31 essential parts of these vehicles and 16 materials from which they were constructed, which absorb light and heat, for which reason they were considered suitable for the construction of the spacecraft, the vimanas. Dr. Raghavan was the only person who believed in this theory. Dr. A.V. Krishna Murthy, professor of aeronautics at the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, said, "A study of the Sanskrit text has convinced me that ancient India did know the secret of building flying machines, and that those machines are patterned after spaceships coming from other planets." Another Sanskrit scholar, Subramania Iyer, spent many years deciphering old collections of palm leaves found in the villages of his native Karnataka in southern India. One of the palm leaf manuscripts is the Amshu Bohini, which contains information about the planets, the different kinds of light, heat, color, and electromagnetic fields, the methods used to construct machines capable of attracting solar rays, and in turn of analyzing and separating their energy components, the possibility of conversing with people in remote places, and sending messages by cable, and the manufacture of machines to transport people to other planets. In the Sanskrit text known as the Samarangana Sutrahara, these are steps and principles to build vimanas that deal with every possible angle of air travel in the vimana. There are around 230 stanzas that describe the construction of a flying machine, its takeoff, cruising for thousands of miles, normal and forced landings, and even possible collisions with birds. Not only ancient India had knowledge of spacecraft, but they also possessed the advanced weaponry that someone could relate to modern nuclear missiles. In the Mahabharata, we find the text that reads, Gurkha flying in his swift and powerful vimana hurled against the three cities of the Rishri and Andakas a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe. The incandescent column of smoke and fire, as brilliant as 10,000 suns, rose in all its splendor. It was the unknown weapon, the iron thunderbolt, a gigantic messenger of death which reduces to ashes the entire race of the Rishnis and Andakas. There's no doubt in that the text is about a nuclear weapon that killed Rishnis and Andakas, similar to the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, where more than 200,000 people were victims of that. Ancient astronaut theory says that the genetics of primitive humans were altered by an extraterrestrial race descending from stars. They modified humans' DNA and provided them with abilities. Probably such advanced technology was brought to Earth by ancient aliens. Similar examples can be seen in almost every ancient culture. Unfortunately, the mainstream scholars defy such claims by claiming them as mythology. And this is on House and Wise by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.